how to save big on your next adventure.
Well, our Good Day Travel Week continues ahead of the Travel and Adventure Show at the Washington Convention Center. Hundreds of destinations will be featured, but how can you cut the cost on your dream vacation? It's what we all want to know. So joining us this morning with a guide to craft your own deals is travel expert and author Russell Hannon. Russell, so good to have you.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And I see you're holding your #1 best-selling book, which is Stop Dreaming, Start Traveling, and you offer some really helpful advice in there. So quickly tell us about the book. I know you'll be talking about it at the show, and then we'll get into some tips as to how we can all save money.
Yes, that's right. Well, I'm a Lean Six Sigma practitioner, and I use lean principles to leverage things to really multiply your savings.
Yeah.
So the book is very practical in showing how to leverage various things together to get deeper savings while traveling.
Okay, and this kind of goes right into some of the tips that you have for us this morning. Okay, so the first one, I couldn't agree with this more. You tell us to just make the most out of our travel by just doing some stopovers, which I found very helpful, especially with Iceland Air. It was the reason why I was able to visit Iceland.
Oh, I'm so glad you had a chance to do that. Well, I've learned of 22 destinations that you can visit while on stopover, provided that you're flying with the sponsoring airline. A lot of them are free, at no additional cost to do the stopover. Some have a stopover fee ranging between $50 and $100. You'll find some that also have discounts on local hotels for the duration of your stopover to help lower your costs. Even a few have city tours that you can do while you're there as well. So instead of planning a devoted trip to any of those 22 destinations, I think you may have a graph of that, is you can tack that on to another trip and kill two birds with one stone by visiting two places and lowering the average cost per destination that you're visiting.
Love that. When it comes to those stopover deals, I want to ask you, do you notice they're cheaper as you're going or as you're coming from where you've been?
I haven't seen much difference between the two, actually.
Okay.
Generally, I think you've got the option either or, one way or the other.
Okay. It may just depend on the city. All right, so another thing that you tell us to do, follow the deals. How important is that?
Yes, well, over time, the traveler who's more flexible will hands down pay less than the traveler who first decides where and when he's going to go and starts their search from there. Yeah. And there's some tools that really enable the flexible traveler in terms of websites where you can say, I want to search from my hometown to any destination, anytime. So there's a few websites you can do that, and then you sort by least expensive, and very quickly you'll find a lot of fares that are very highly above par. Yeah. And there's a handful of websites that can do that. One is Kiwi.com, Google Flights, Skyscanner, secretflying.com. So those are all options that have those features and functionality to help the flexible traveler get the most bang for their dollar.
Yeah, what day of the week would you say is the best day to fly out somewhere and it'll help you save more money?
From a price perspective, yeah. I really think that's a myth. From a traffic perspective, I fly out quite often on Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Sunday a bit better than Saturday in terms of not having to deal with traffic at TSA is what I've personally observed. Yeah. But I've really seen that as being a myth in terms of, from a cost perspective. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. Knowing we live in different cities, traveling different places at different times, you don't really have that one answer for everyone.
Got you. Okay, something else you tell us to do is to cash in on price drops, but something else we talked about, inexpensive hotel alternatives. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, there's a couple of things. One, if you've got fear of missing out on price drops after you book, there's some great tools you can use that'll monitor fares of an already booked itinerary. So, for example, for hotels, assuming you've booked at a rate that allows you to cancel, you can forward your hotel itinerary to save@pruvo.com, and it'll send you a notification if prices have dropped. It gives you the option to cancel and rebook at the lower fare at no cost to you. You can do the same with car rentals with AutoSlash as well. So that way, it's on autopilot. And I had an email just last month, actually, notified me that I could save $63.70 on a car rental by canceling and rebooking.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, you are just full of a wealth of information, Russell. I wish we had more time, but here's all of the information. DC Travel and Adventure Show. You can catch up with Russell there, and also check out his book, again, to stop dreaming and to start traveling. Thank you for making this possible for so many people.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.